Sector unions will challenge a Labour appeal court ruling over salary increases at the Constitutional Court. The court dismissed their application to force government to live up to its final year salary increases, part of a 3-year wage deal. But the state claims it just doesn't have the funds. To discuss this further, we're joined by the Public Servants Association of South Africa's Reuben, Maleka. Very good morning to you. What do you hope to get out of the court now, and how do you think you'll overturn that ruling?
Thank you very much, and good morning to the viewers of eNCA. First of all, what we need to correct from the Labour Appeal Court decision is to say the common law of that parties agree and an agreement stands is now being taken away, because it says that if the agreement between us and the employer can simply be taken away by means of employer coming back that is unlawful, it would be a way of killing collective bargaining, not only in the public sector, but in the whole country. And we cannot allow a situation where a constitutional right, which is the right to collective bargaining and a right to available practice, can be eroded by a simple term of saying that the process that concluded that resolution was unlawful. We know that the Labour Appeal Court, in fact, relied mostly on the fact that there was a letter written by then Minister of Finance, Maleka, in February of 2018. But the court disregarded the fact that there was also a meeting of the same cabinet where the Minister of Finance was part of it, again in May 2018, where that decision was taken that the resolution must be signed. So you can't rely on a letter that was communicated in February of a year, but in May, the same people, same cabinet said and they agreed that the agreement must be signed and they would make budget available for it. And
okay, but Reuben, I mean, we are in unusual times. I mean, we know that our wage bill is one of the most crippling factors when it comes to this country. We've been chastised by the IMF, and this comes at a time when government just does not have money for this.
Yes, of course, we sympathize with the fact that we come at a time when this pandemic, started last year in 2018. But remember, this dispute of saying they don't have money does not arise because of COVID. It already, in 2019, the employer came to unions to say that they cannot afford it. And that is simply because of the erosion of fiscals due to corruption and maladministration. Yes, of course, we understand that COVID-19 came and it worsened the situation. But it cannot only be blamed on public servant salaries.
No, but you know that that's a big problem in this country, that the government employs a lot more people than they probably should. So, I mean, this is something that does need to be tackled. I mean, government also said that they'd rather sign a multi-year agreement so at least they can anticipate and plan for these wages.
No, it's not true that government employs more people than it should. As we speak right now, we've got a challenge of saying, how are they going to administer and distribute COVID, vaccines that we are sitting with? There are more doctors that are more qualified that are unemployed. We've got health professionals who are also sitting at home without employment, simply because of that, the fact that the fiscus has been eroded and nobody has been taking responsibility of why are we in this state as we speak right now. So we are saying that as the time goes on, if we see that the monies that have been eroded from the fiscus through corruption can be recovered, one can have hope that one day we can stop this bleeding and the fiscus can be in a good health way that can sustain this country. We've got enough people that can sustain in terms of taxes, in terms of other means that the government get its taxes, but we cannot sustain this country unless one day we can all see that the leakage in terms of corruption has been sealed. Nobody's able to, have a hand in the till of this country.
Wouldn't that be nice if we see that in our lifetime? Reuben, Maleka, thank you.